We're good. Just type in chat if you're here, so I know that we're good. Come on. Live. At everyone. Bang! Alright, we're in. Cool. So, as you've seen by the title, we have another goddamn update with this H3H3 thing. So, pretty much, Pegasus did this video, and I'll link it in the description, but basically, it's talking about how a bunch of lawyers have looked at the situation, and it's just really not looking good. And then as well as that, who have we got here? The guy, Asmongold, chimed in as well, and Frogan's just absolutely cooked. So, look, they just got effing destroyed. The H3H3 update, this is what we've been waiting for. Apparently a lawyer looked into it, so I say we just take a look.
Alrighty, now apparently we also had a bunch of lawyers talking about the H3 snark mods. In the last video we covered that Ethan would be subpoenaing them, and apparently they've been panicking and contacting lawyers for legal advice. LawTuber LUS shows email from alleged H3 snark mod asking for legal advice. LUS thinks there's a solid chance the discovery could open up a bevy of issues for the defendants and mods.
Wait, so are the mods now getting sued as well? The mods that made this original post that we saw, where they literally like outed the three people that are in the lawsuit. Are these people also now getting sued?
The first time Reddit mods can't actually get away with it.
These free content creators, as smaller content creators, may have negotiated, interacted with the H3 snark mod, right? Based on how much the H3 snark Reddit subreddit loves them, they may have interacted with them in a way that they were interacting with a person's real name. And in discovery, Ethan Klein is entitled to all of that. Who knows what the percentage is, but I'm fairly certain that at least one of these moderators, who was a huge fan, let's say, of Denin's, probably interacted with Denin's using his real email, using his real name. When they interacted with me, only one interaction, they did use their first name.
Wait.
And I'm a complete stranger
Hold on.
to using his real name.
Despite Ethan Klein's claims to the contrary, will believe posting clip does not harm the market. Okay, so I don't know. Are they getting sued? Are the Reddit mods actually getting sued?
When they interacted with me, only one interaction.
That'd be
they did use
crazy
their
if they
first
were.
name. And I'm complete stranger to them. I've never,
off,
I've never interacted with the subreddit. I've never talked to them. I've never responded to email. When discovery hits, you have to turn it over anyway. So if there ever is a text message with a phone number or an email, or like I said, this case will break these free individuals if
18 grand. Bro, the funny thing is that 18 grand is going straight to H3. There is not a world where these three streamers that are literally just breaking copyright law is actually going to win at all. That's all going to Ethan Klein.
High potential to financially break and ruin these free individuals for their entire lives. And the H3 mod.
High potential to financially break these individuals.
Damn.
Those words are absolute music to my ears. To see the most vile and rotten people on the internet finally.
Bro, imagine a YouTube lawyer makes a video and they're talking about you and they say, yeah, this is going to financially ruin you. That is nuts. And bro, these aren't small streamers either. Like, these are streamers with millions of followers. You'd think that they would, have a lot of money stored away, maybe that they'd be fine, they'd be able to hire a good lawyer. Bro, these streamers are so dumb. In the last video we talked about these people, they literally barely have lawyers. They barely know anything about the law. They are so cooked.
These years get
They're
what
so
they
dumb.
deserve. Oh my god. Never doubt the sweet god of karma. Also, I just find it hilarious that the Redditors are finally getting some repercussions, because Reddit is the place where these absolute most vile people go and think they can just post anything, slander anybody, and just get away with it. Okay, moving on to Kaceytron's new strategy of avoiding this lawsuit. Basically, if you remember, she and Frogan and everybody else was kind of deleting all of their VODs, and now she wants to claim that she is so high that she couldn't remember the video she was reacting to.
Just because I didn't react to his stupid video, he had to make up that I did and put a video of me smoking weed over his stupid video.
You did. Hold on, we literally saw it plain, like clean as day. You sat there smoking for like 20 minutes and only talked for like 15 minutes of this like hour-long video. What are you talking about?
To get attention. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck about your video. Like, I don't know. I don't recall reacting to it. I don't believe that I reacted to it. I do not remember. I don't know. I may have been under the influence, but I do not recall reacting to it.
I just
You don't recall reacting to it. Yeah, because you didn't react to it. You literally sat there and played the entire video on your stream, and that's why you're getting sued.
remember, guys. I was under the influence. A brilliant strategy. Brilliant gambit by Casey, once again. I'm sure the judge will be thrilled to hear this argument. Your Honor, yes, there is camera evidence, so I did in fact steal from the store, but I was so high at the time, I do not recall
That's
stealing
the
from
same
the store, so I
defense.
didn't have to pay the consequences, lol. She can't troll her way out of a lawsuit no matter how hard she tries. So Kaceytron tweeted, "Don't let anyone dull your..."
Alright, we're good? I think we're good. Hold on. God damn, we're good. Okay. I don't know why this happens every time. Just bear with me, bro. I have the worst internet in the world. I think we're good now. I think we're good. Let me know in chat if we're good.
Communities that love to humiliate women. This isn't about copyright. Big Mama's going through it. Send your energy. Is this another troll from Kaceytron? You know, when you say something completely idiotic and then when people call you out, well, I was only pretending to be stupid. Also, why the hell are you talking to little girls? What the heck? No little girls are watching you. In fact...
Yeah, okay, so where was I going before I started lagging? Hold on. Yeah, it's literally like, bro, the language that they use, they try to victimize themselves all the time. Again, that is not going to hold up in court at all.
Men who get litigious to Big Mama's going through it, send your energy.
Big
Is
Mama's
this
going
another
through it.
troll?
Look
from
at
Casey-
her. Oh my. Look, I don't want to say anything, but like, god damn, look at this person.
Kaceytron? You know, when you say something completely idiotic and then when people call you out, well, I was
Oh
only
my god,
pretending
I'm lagging again. What the hell? Why? Just far out.
to be stupid. Also, why the hell are you talking to little girls? What the heck? No little girls are watching you. In fact, nobody is watching you. Your one viewer is like Frogan, who's probably the furthest thing away from little girl. Anyways, turns out YouTuber Legal Mindset
Damn, okay.
responded to Kaceytron's new defense of being high.
I don't know. I don't recall reacting to it.
So whether or not you recall reacting to it, being the defense here, saying, I don't recall, I don't know, I may have been under the influence, I may have been baked, I may have been high. Does that work? Well, absolutely not.
Bro, it's like imagine you get into a fight with someone at like a pub or something. You just like kill them. Like you king hit them, whatever. They accidentally die, whatever. Oh, but I was drunk. Okay. You still killed someone. Like what? They're still gone.
So copyright focuses on the act of
course it's not the same
copying
thing.
and
You get
distributing
what I mean.
work. So the focus with copyright is, did she copy or distribute work without permission, without consent, without being authorized to do so? And copyright is strict liability, which means mental state is irrelevant. You can do it, you can do it in any mental state, and it doesn't matter. It's strict liability.
Oh, but
Did
she
you or
was
did you not do
high.
it?
Yeah, so basically even the lawyers are telling you you're absolutely cooked. And I think Casey later says she's trolling or whatever, but that's kind of her defense for everything. She does the same thing with her favorite word.
Yeah,
insult. She calls
I'm just trolling. I just broke copyright law. I just accidentally, told these Reddit mods that I was going to literally steal views from this guy, and then in the stream said, hey, if you enjoyed stealing views from, I think I was the other person, but like basically just admitted, hey, yeah, I stole the video, it's theft, whatever. But yeah, I was high, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
everybody incels, including Ethan, who has a wife and kids, and then she says, oh, well, I'm just trolling you guys. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, you're still getting sued. That part is not a troll. Now, Legal Mindset talks about the destruction of evidence by deleting VODs.
But beyond that, she may be getting herself in huge trouble with spoliation of evidence. That's something, maybe it's a new word for you guys, but
Does that make it
spoliation of
worse?
evidence is intentional
Yo, so her deleting the VOD just screwed herself over even more. Is that what I'm getting at?
or negligent, which means you're doing it willfully or you're doing it recklessly without thinking. It's destruction, alteration, or hiding
God.
of any
They're
evidence that is
so
relevant.
cooked, because like we saw in the last video, one of them at the end of their VOD literally said, if you enjoyed not giving views to this piece of filth trash video or whatever, and then literally when they re-uploaded the VOD, they took that out. So that can probably be used against them as well. Oh
to
yeah,
a
they're
legal
cooked.
proceeding. And once a person knows that a lawsuit has been filed, they know there's something pending against them.
They
There is a
can't.
duty attached, a duty
Oh my
engages
God.
to preserve the evidence and not destroy it, alter it, or hide it. And if you mess up with this, if you're found guilty of evidence spoliation of evidence, there can be sanctions. There can be fines. They can have your
Oh,
court pleading
yes.
struck, or you could have a default
Preying
judgment.
on these three
Right, so
downfall,
is it-
bro. I'm actually preying on their downfall. It's like I'm trying not to be a hater, but god damn, it's hard not to
Essentially,
be.
you're not allowed to hide or obstruct evidence. And now it's pretty clear that they were acting without the instruction of a lawyer, because no lawyer is going to intentionally sabotage your case like that. So basically, they're just kind of doing whatever they think is right. And they're essentially sitting on a house of cards, and it's only a matter of time before they get what's coming. Now, is this actually going to court? I don't really know. I definitely think they're going to be paying a disgusting amount of money regardless, way more than they currently have. And this will kind of set a precedent for the community in general to not F around and definitely not steal content. Then he talks about how these people just don't know how to shut up.
And the problem with most content creators is they don't know how to shut up. They don't know how to just be quiet, not talk, stay off the internet, stop
Yeah.
responding.
Especially when they don't have lawyers. Like, it's so obvious that these people don't have lawyers when they literally, like, they're sitting there making the situation worse. I don't understand how people can get so many followers these days. Like, the inflation of the amount of content creators is nuts. We've got people with millions of followers that, it happened overnight. They've got no idea what they're doing. They don't know how to handle it. Hawk Girl, for example. Let's take that in. Of course, she had lawyers, right? So it's a little bit different. She was a little bit more careful with how she handled her situation after she got completely screwed. But these people right here, bro, they're in an active case, and they're going on stream with thousands of followers being like, oh, I was high, I didn't know. You're just incriminating yourself. It's so dumb how these people act and think. Oh my god, how did they get
and
big?
just let your lawyer take care of it. And that applies for a lot of the folks in this.
I feel like
which
that's
are
common
continuing
sense.
to
Just
comment,
let your lawyer take care of it. Like, how does that not go through these people's
post on
brains?
social media, rant in their chats about this lawsuit, when really they should be shutting up. They should be real quiet and saying, hey, look, can I talk to my lawyer? Can I get out of this? Because there is potential for them to fight this. There are arguments they can make.
But
However,
they're shooting
lawyers
holes
are
in their own arguments because they don't have a
going to
lawyer.
be put on the back foot the more they do things like this. The more Kaceytron, Denims, and Frogan decide to run their mouths and talk about this and make up stuff and make comments on this. But content creators cannot help themselves. They feel they have to say something on social media. They have to get on their platforms.
Absolutely 100% true. If you ever wanted to torture a content creator, simply take away their mic and don't let them post on social media. There's no greater pain for a clout-hungry goblin than to not be able to yap online. It's the curse of an influencer. Then he talks about the Reddit moderator situation.
Another area where there may be issues is involving the Reddit thread, right? The H3 Snark Reddit thread. As another lawyer mentioned, they may be subject to discovery insofar as they might have been working with Denims, Frogan, Kaceytron,
Well,
and there may have
clearly
been
they were.
communications between them. If there are, that could be subject to discovery, which means you have to turn over all emails, text messages, etc. And if they've been deleting messages, if they've been going in and looking at their contacts between Reddit and between these content creators, and they've been deleting, hiding, or otherwise trying to maneuver them or change them, that could also bring penalties down on them as well. Damn. And I think a lot of the people involved in
Okay,
this
so they're not
just
being actively sued, but it's like if they're found of spoiling evidence under a legal investigation, they could be actually cooked as well.
don't know anything about the legal process. They have not engaged an attorney, and they're absolutely courting for disaster.
Yeah, this is why you always want to consult an attorney before you try pulling these idiotic stunts online, especially when you're already being sued. Once you're being sued, surely you should have like the basic knowledge to run all your actions through a lawyer. But apparently the KFC bill was way too high. Now apparently Kaceytron might be getting in on the Ethan Klein lawsuit. That would be cinema.
Hey, Kaceytron. Ain't this you? Ain't this you? That's you, isn't it? That's you. Hey, Casey, maybe we're gonna be dealing with something else a little bit later. You know, maybe we should not fuck around. Because, hey, Casey, we about to find out, aren't we? We about to find out. By the way, guys, I will be getting in contact with Ethan Klein's lawyer on Friday. Man, we have a lot to talk about. This is gonna be crazy. He might have a new client he's taking.
Bro, we're
part of.
beating a dead horse.
This is
at
gonna
point,
be a
seriously.
great old time.
She's already cooked.
Yeah, this is just not looking good. Everybody's just getting in on the lawsuit now. Then he talks about why she deserves the hate.
Like, this is a chick who's tried to ruin my life with false allegations. This is a chick that's tried to ruin Ethan's life by going after his kids. This is a woman who put a hit out on someone.
What?
This is a guy who's attempted to ruin Asmongold's
Is that
life
true?
by calling him a pedophile. This is a person who's trying to ruin Nux Taku's life by calling him a pedophile. Do you know how much that she got punished for? Zero. Ethan, the Grand Arbiter says, don't worry, guys. I got this.
Yeah, I think people are honestly too brazen with these labels nowadays. Hassan has just made it okay to slander people without any consequences. The amount of times he's just said blatantly false information. And that's why we're here, to call him out. You know, every single lie will be debunked by Professor Sus here. Now, apparently somebody shared a older Frogan clip
What
that
the
I
hell
missed.
happened to her? Okay, I don't even want to ask what is going on there. But no, the whole Hassan thing, like, I feel like people have been calling him out for years, and he's genuinely had, like, problematic stuff that he's been doing. For some reason, he still has an audience. I don't know how. But I think the reason he's gotten away with it is because Twitch just loves him. For some reason. I don't get it. I don't know why. Maybe it's because he's built, like, this sort of cult-like audience. I don't know. But, bro, they just will not ban him at all.
From like a month ago or something, and it still haunts me to this day.
Bro. Can we talk about Tectone?
About what?
Can we talk about Tectone for a second? Somebody sent me this tweet today. It had me crying laughing, bro. He was like, I am genuinely considering full swapping to YouTube if this terrorist propaganda isn't pushed harshly and immediately on Twitch. My father, my brothers, and our soldiers did not bleed, sacrifice, and die for this bullshit to be allowed and promoted on Twitch. This needs to change immediately. How come he didn't join the US military? Yeah, it's like the Miley Cyrus thing. She's like, yeah, the rumors are true. I deleted my...
I'll be honest, I can just take one look at her and I can just realize that she just isn't all there in the head. I'll be real, she just does not look like she's all there in the head. Yeah, that's the whole H3 thing. God damn, that is nuts. Alright. Where are we? Let's move on. So, you guys can probably see down the bottom. Apparently, Wilbur Soot has gotten into a whole bunch of other stuff. Let me real quick. Wilbur Soot. So, apparently with this guy... Oh, he did an update. Oh. This is the most unemployed Minecraft drama. How have I not seen this earlier? Hold on. How have I not seen this? Okay. Okay, Wilbur Soot. The guy literally had, like, so many allegations come out against him. He did an update video. I don't know how I haven't seen it. I guess the guy just hasn't been that popular recently. Yeah, I say let's just have a look at it.
People of 2025. I hope you've all been well. This video is going to be a bit of a different one for me. I've never been very good at update videos, but this channel's been inactive for so long, I thought one was...
Damn, look at that like to dislike ratio. Oh, no.
Probably well overdue. So I wanted to take this opportunity to quickly talk about what I've been up to the past couple of years, what you can expect from me going forward, and, of course, future YouTube content. I've been really quite busy these past few months, so I haven't really had that much to show you guys anyway. But as most of you probably already know, that isn't the only reason I've been so quiet. If you don't mind...
I'll be honest, so far, it's not bad. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's going to say anything later, but, like, so far, it's an okay start.
Take a quick minute to touch on that before I move into what the future holds. There's been a lot of different clashing labels and opinions about me on the internet over the past year, the loudest of which on both sides of the fence have been quite unhealthy, stemming from accusations made about me from just over a year ago. And look, I'm not here to drop any bombshells. I don't want to reopen any old discussions. I responded to the situation in February of last year, and I still stand by everything I said in that statement. I understand it was misinterpreted by some people, probably due to my wording, and I know some people are still looking for clarity, especially nowadays where personal transparency is more common amongst content creators than it's ever been before. However, this clarity, the clarity I've offered to my close friends and my family, would mean publicly sharing deeply personal parts of my private life and my relationships with the internet. I've never been comfortable doing that, and I don't believe that should be the cost of being understood. All I can say is that the labels that have been attributed to me by social media are not true, and I don't accept them. I don't believe in this expectation that content creators should use their platforms to attack and defend, and I definitely don't think that's how serious accusations should be handled.
I mean, to be fair, when you have, like, 5.5 million subscribers, yeah, you might not want to use your platform to have to defend yourself, but you're gonna have to sometimes. Sometimes you just have to. If the accusations are this bad, and, you know, the stuff that came out is this bad, and your own friends are literally attacking you online, saying, like, oh, I can't believe I associated with this person. Like, I remember Tommy Innit was probably one of the bigger ones where he was just like, I hope the victim is okay here. If your own friend is doing that, god damn, like, you're gonna have to defend yourself using your platform. Like, you might not want to, but you're gonna have to.
I've felt this way for a really long time now, having seen other content creators go through similar situations. And I know it's not a perspective that's going to satisfy everyone, but it's one I can get behind, and I hope that makes sense to you. None of this is me trying to dig up or dwell on the past here. I would just feel very strange if I carried on without at least acknowledging the past year, because all I can do now is move forward, and I hope you enjoy what I've been working on. So, for those of you that know, I'm in a band called Lovejoy. And in 2024, we did a tour.
No way, this is
Southeast
just a promotion.
Asia, including Japan and Thailand. We did a tour of Australia. We did a few shows in the United States.
It's just a promotion. Are we serious? Oh, okay. Okay.
And it was exhausting and very surreal. But it was all made worth it by how many of you guys came and showed up and gave us your love and support. We're eternally grateful. And we filmed a few hours of behind the scenes footage while we were out there, which we've already edited down and put onto our new behind the scenes channel. So if you're at those shows, you're a Lovejoy fan, or you're
from what I'm getting, he's just moving on. I don't think he's trying to back down from what he did. Maybe, I don't know, but he's just promoting shit. Like, what?
It'll be down in the description. The band and I wrote a few tracks. And then in classic fashion, we scrapped all of those tracks and started work on some new ones, which later came on to become our finished debut album, which will be coming out later this year. I wish I could tell you the date, but I am not allowed. But if you can't wait, our debut single, With Rob as My Witness, is coming out on June 20th, complete with its own music video on our official band channel, which will be in the description.
Is that it?
Got my YouTube covers on there. We're deleting any of it.
Bro, he's literally just promoting stuff. Okay, so that was his first video. Hold on. That is the guy's first video in 2 years. Oh my god. Legit felt like he was about to pull out the ukulele. Are we serious? Oh my god. I love everyone gathering the... Oh, okay, yep. What is this? I can quite literally see the war zone in his comments. Looks like a Victorian... What? Damn. I can't tell if people are happy about this or not. The like to dislike ratio doesn't say so. Let me analyze the comments here. What are people saying? Because a lot of this is just like random Wilbur Soot kid viewers. And I don't really know what they're trying to say. 100% negative. Okay. Overwhelming response is negative. Many comments focusing on the creator's appearance, lack of regarding. This is the thing, like... okay, promote something cool, but like, literally 60% of the video is this guy promoting stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure people don't care, respectfully. I think people want to know what's going on, what's the response, like he's been gone for 2 years, I don't know. Anyway, Curse did a video on this, so let's have a look.
Every few months on YouTube, we see the return of creators who either abandoned their audience or got run off the internet by some allegations. And today happens to be no different because 5 days ago, Wilbur Soot decided to come back to YouTube with a video titled An Update Video. Now, for those of you who actually frequent the outside world and see the rare sight of grass, then you may not know about the Wilbur Soot situation. So for starters, back then, like 5-ish years ago, Wilbur Soot was one of the biggest Minecraft creators on the platform. Followers across multiple platforms, and I mean, the guy has many Minecraft videos pulling over 10 million views, which I mean is an insane 5-6 Dream SMP. You know what they say, for Wilbur Soot up with all the Dream SMP drama, or the drama that the members got into back then, but I definitely saw a lot of videos on this specific topic. So about a year ago, his ex-girlfriend, who also happened to be a Minecraft YouTuber, came out with a strange story talking about how she had been abused in a past relationship. And although she never specifically name dropped who she was in the relationship with that had abused her, it didn't take the fans being geniuses to figure out who she was talking about. During the stream, she talked about being bitten constantly, like to the point where she was covered in bruises and had to use a safe word just to make him stop biting her. And she had even added that sometimes the safe word wouldn't always work and he'd bite down harder. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard the story,
okay, yeah. So now that we're being reminded of what actually happened, that kind of makes this response that Wilbur made just even worse. Because it's like, bro, this is all that came out against you. And we're not going to talk about it.
I thought it was like jokes and she was trolling because I physically couldn't wrap my head around a grown man wanting to bite his girlfriend, especially to the point where bruises are showing up all over her body. Like, I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of strange. Like if you agree. Also, according to her, every time she tried to talk to him about it, he'd brush it off and say she was being dramatic or claim that her pain tolerance was just...
Look, and obviously it's hard, right? Because a lot of the time, it's so hard to prove. It's so hard to prove what happened. But realistically, I think the general consensus and the way that Wilbur responded is that it is probably true. And like, I don't want to get involved in that. Like, I don't know. I'm not Wilbur. I'm not the girlfriend. But like, realistically, if you, like, I understand people have different preferences when they're in relationships. But if you have a safe word and the safe word gets said and you make it worse, you don't stop. Like, that's just where it goes down the
just low.
Very
and once
bad
again,
slippery slope.
When you hear the stuff that she was saying, you would think that she's trolling or like playing a joke because some of the actions doesn't seem becoming of like a real human being, especially a grown man. But apparently what she was saying was based in a bit of truth because after she went on live stream and said all this stuff, Wilbur actually went public and confirmed that he had been biting her. However, he also added in his response that he thought the biting and everything was consensual and that she had enjoyed being bitten. And my first question is, who enjoys being bitten to the point where bruises are showing up? Is that like some weird fetish I don't know about? But anyway, after everything went public and he started getting a ton of online backlash for it, he completely disappeared from the online space. No more videos on YouTube, no more streams on Twitch, and not even a single Instagram post. And since his disappearance for over a year ago, he hasn't made a single post online. All until, well, 5 days ago, when he finally returned with the YouTube video titled An Update.
Hello, people of 2025.
Yeah, we've already seen this.
Think they're wrong, would probably defend their position a little bit more rather than post.
That's
like
what I'm saying. He didn't defend himself. He's literally just sitting there. What did he even say? I don't even remember. He literally just like, yeah, I've been inactive, blah, blah, blah. People have been wondering where I am. And he's sort of said like, oh, I don't want to talk about it because I'd have to go into very private details of my life. It's like, well then why would you make the video then? You're not defending yourself. That's all people want from you. It's like, is that a good enough explanation to not talk about anything at all? Oh, I don't want to go into my personal private life. I don't want to have to use my platform to defend myself and whatever. It's like, bro, you left the internet for 2 years. Like, you're gonna have to. Like, there's no way out of it.
And just disappear forever. But hey, that's just me.
I understand it was misinterpreted by some people, probably due to my wording, and I know some people are still looking for clarity, especially nowadays where personal transparency is more common amongst content creators than it's ever been
He's
before.
not showing any transparency at all.
However, the clarity I've offered to my close friends and my family would mean publicly sharing deeply personal parts of my private life.
It's like here's the thing. He might have resolved relationships in his personal life. That's whatever. I don't know. I'm not Wilbur Soot, but it's like, bro, when you're coming back to the online space where you have millions and millions and millions of followers, the only, like, you have to talk about it. There's no, oh, I want it to be private. I want it to be this. I want it to be that. Unfortunately, this is the price you pay when you become an influencer. You're gonna have allegations come out against you. When you get big enough, it doesn't matter how big you are, whether they're true or not, you're gonna have allegations come out against you. And if you want to defend yourself, you have to do it. That's the trade-off of becoming an influencer. I don't know if this guy wasn't ready for that, or he didn't realize that, but like, when you're making all this money online, you're gonna have to deal with that. That's just how it is.
Relationships with the internet.
It sucks,
I've never
but
been comfortable doing
you have
that,
to deal with it.
and I don't believe that should be the cost of being understood.
And once again, I kind of disagree. Now, I understand the aspect of not putting all of your personal info on the internet. I completely agree with that aspect of it. But if you're gonna make a comeback video after disappearing for a year and the entire reason you left was because of serious abuse allegations, I feel like this is one of the only times where you would want to be more transparent. Because if the whole point was to not elaborate any further on the topic, knowing everybody wants to hear it.
And to have this like vague response like he did, and then spend 60% of the video just promoting stuff. It's like, yeah, cool, you want to promote it, but I just don't think this is the time or place at all. Like, god damn, this guy was away for literally like 6 years. No, not 6 years. He was away for like 2 years. Like, bro, you gotta come back with something stronger than this.
The point of the update video. Why not have a Cody Co return where you don't address anything and you just keep posting?
That would have been better, honestly. If he just came back, did a Cody Co return where he just kind of ignored it, went to another channel, did whatever. I feel like that probably would have been better. Like, if you didn't want to address it, realistically, if you didn't want to talk about it, why would you do this where you make an update video, basically clickbaiting people into thinking that you're going to talk about it when you don't talk about it? Like, goddamn, I just, yeah, this could have been handled so much better. Alright, that's the Wilbur Soot thing. I gotta end this soon because my camera's about to die. But, yeah, I appreciate you all jumping on. Cool. Where are we? Yep. Alright, I think we're done. Yeah, a couple of videos will be uploaded soon. And yeah, appreciate you all jumping on.